Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Donna. Coffee cup of the day. And I have still not come on my second device, so looks like we might have a lag today. There we go. I'm up. If you missed it, hello, good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Donna. This cup I thrifted last year, and it is the exact same shade as my refrigerator, my retro refrigerator. Oh, someone gave me a thumbs down. Never had that happen before. Alrighty then. That's a way to start off your Wednesday morning. Can you guys see my antlers? My mom bought me these. And then she also, last year or the year before, bought me reindeer earrings. Yeah, Kathy, I've never had that happen before. So weird. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't show up in the little bubble when you do a thumbs up. How odd. I don't know. Good morning, Roxana. So if you missed the static sale I did that was great gifts, all of that is still available. I think it's the first static sale I've ever put up where I didn't sell a single item. So if you missed it, you might want to go back and check that one out. And that had like all of my best items that I currently have. Good morning, Katie. I don't know. That was weird. Good morning, Roxanne. So the sale this morning, every item is going to be $5. I'm really trying to sell the inventory that I purchased this year because it makes it easier when doing taxes. And there's just so many crazy tax things that you just can't even possibly imagine until you try to go into business for yourself. Crazy. Let's do some Christmas trivia. And like I said last week, I have no idea how accurate these cards are. I was gifted 2 different sets of Christmas trivia cards in the last couple of years because my family knows how much I love Christmas. So, no guarantee on the information here. Which milk-based drink is popular during Christmas and can be both alcoholic and non-alcoholic? I'm sad you can't see my earrings. They really are fabulous. I'm sure you guys can see this brooch, though. It's massive. Kathy jumped right in there with the eggnog. And of course, that is correct. Roxanne and Roxana both got it also. Eggnog. Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. Oh, did Tim and Jerry come in? I didn't see them. Hi, Lemmy. If I missed you coming in, hello. Which Christmas film features the characters Jack Skellington, Dr. Finkelstein, and Sally? Kathy's my mom's all-time favorite, too. I actually like to add it to coffee. So sometimes I steal a little of her nog. It's not eggnog because it's non-dairy nog, but I steal it and I put it in my coffee instead of creamer. And honestly, some people would argue with you that this is not a Christmas movie. It is, oh, Tom and Jerry is a Christmas tree. People would argue with you that this is a Halloween movie and not a Christmas movie. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas. And honestly, I will watch it at Halloween time or Christmas time. I really like that movie. And I'm not a big one for cartoons, but I like that movie. The Grinch lives on a cliff overlooking what town? What town is the Grinch overlooking? Good morning, Kraken. Whoville are correct. What were Frosty the Snowman's eyes made from? Frosty the Snowman's eyes are made of coal. Yes. Which famous Christmas character has been played by Jim Carrey, Patrick Stewart, and Michael Caine? Plus, I'm sure many others. Jim Carrey, Patrick Stewart, and Michael Caine have all played this famous Christmas character. Sorry, Donna. Scrooge. The kitschy cat is on it. Ebenezer Scrooge. Robert L. May created which Christmas character in 1939 when he wrote a poem to attract customers to his department store? And I didn't know this. Which Christmas character did he create in a poem to attract customers to his department store? In 1939. Yes, Alice! Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer! That was a good guess, Alice. I'm assuming it was a guess since you put question marks after it. Yes, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Which country begins Christmas Day first? We get confused as sellers just here in the United States trying to figure out the time zones. Now you got to figure out the country or the whole world. Which country begins Christmas Day first? Australia, Scotland, or Canada? Australia. So Nate begins Christmas Day before the rest of us. In which country did the tradition of putting up Christmas trees first begin? And it doesn't give you multiple choice. You got to guess on this one. Yes, Donna jumped right in there with Germany. She is correct. Mary got that one too. Okay, last one. How is the Christmas poem A Visit from St. Nicholas more commonly known? Wouldn't that be what is the Christmas poem A Visit from St. Nicholas more commonly called? So what is the Christmas poem A Visit from St. Nicholas more commonly called or known as? Yes, Kathy. The Night Before Christmas. You guys are great today. Okay, I have to show you something. Do you see these three guys? Do you see them? So I have to tell you a little story. So these three guys were always at my grandma's on Christmas. So this one's playing, I think, a lute. This one's playing, oh no, he lost his hat. Some kind of pipe, maybe? And look at their pearl rings. That's fantastic. I'll have to put his hat back on him later. Dude! Well, maybe I can get it. Oh, there. Okay, he's fine. And then this one is playing, I don't know. I don't know what that stringed instrument is called. But these always set out at Christmas at my grandma's when I was growing up. And I didn't know what had happened to them. And so, oh, Jen had some. And so I have been on the hunt for replacement ones for years. Because everybody knows, if you know me, you know that Christmas at my grandma's was just my favorite thing in the world. I loved all of her decorations. I have such good memories. And so I've been on the hunt for these for years. Now, occasionally I'll see one in a thrift store who is in bad shape, or I'll see two of the three at an antique store. I've never actually seen all three of them together. And either they're super overpriced or they're in such bad shape I would not buy them, right? So a couple weeks ago, I get a text from my sister. And this is the sister who has lived in Texas. She lived in Cambodia. So it's not like when she comes home for Christmas, she comes here, right? It's not like we go to her house to celebrate Christmas ever. And so I get this text with this picture attached of these. And she's like, hey, do you want these? They were grandma's. And I'm like, I had no idea she had them. Like, I thought like my grandma donated them to a thrift store back in the 80s when she moved. I had not seen them in so many years. I had no idea that one of my sisters had them. And I'm like, yes, I want them. So she brought them to me. She was supposed to bring them at Thanksgiving, but she was sick, so she didn't come to Thanksgiving. So she brought them to me last weekend. So excited. Okay, guys. Now, I have not heard from any of you with any prompt ideas for next year. So remember, if you have any ideas for the altar book project next year, if you need a book to alter, I have books for sale. If you have an idea, you can drop it in the chat today. You can come back later and leave a comment, or you can email it to me right here. And I will just write them all down. And in the next week or two, I will make up all of the slips for next year. Hi, Tammy. So we are down to the very last one. I'm not going to look. What do we pick? Okay. So all we have left, pink, yellow, and blue. And last week, I think I had taken off the week between Christmas and New Year's, and I didn't do a live. I will do a live. I don't know if I'll do a sale that day, but I will do a live. Hi, Marcy. Finger paint a page. Oh my goodness. I have not finger painted in so long. I wonder if my mom has finger paints left over from having the grandkids here. Finger paint a page. Okay, so that is the prompt. Set that down there. Is there anything else we need to go over before we do a sale? I don't think so. As you guys can see, my hair is growing out, so it's not as short as it normally is. I mean, to people who have long hair, it's still super short. But since I have all these fun Christmas headbands, I'm like, I think I'll just let it grow out, and that way my head won't be cold in the winter. Also, somebody mentioned that they missed me wearing my vintage hats. So I'm thinking, I don't know how many vintage hats I have now. I know I picked up a couple this summer I haven't even worn yet because they were cold weather hats. But I'm thinking in January and February, I will try to style an outfit around each one of those hats for Wednesday's lives. So we'll get to check out my whole array of vintage hats. All right, I'm going to type it in here. Every single thing I have today, $5 plus shipping. Not $5 start, just a flat $5. I will give you either a letter or a number. And whoever puts it in first, hi Diane, will get that item. And if you are watching on the replay and you want to know if something's still available, you can email me and I will let you know. All right, we are pinning that to the top, $5 items. I'm also thinking of doing an evening clearance sale. I don't know. I've been going back and forth. I don't know if I could squeeze everything in there because I will be out of town on actual Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'm going to my daughter, weather willing, because I don't drive in bad weather. I barely drive in good weather. All right, we are starting off. Well, let me shuffle these cards. If I missed you coming in, hello. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope everybody is feeling Christmassy. And if you missed it, this brooch is just massive. This is, I think, the biggest brooch that I own, Christmas or non-Christmas. And then my sweater has no drama llamas on it. It's not quite an ugly Christmas sweater because this is the only thing that's on it. The rest of it is just this pretty pattern. But it's like a 4X or something. It is massive on me. It is my comfort sweater. And I wear it as a dress. I've got leggings on underneath it. And then, of course, my really pretty reindeer earrings and reindeer antlers that my mom and dad got me in the last few years. I don't know when specifically, although I know I wore these last year at Christmas, but it could have been 2 years ago too. I don't know. And yes, I dress like this every day of December. I went out yesterday to go to Walmart to get bubble wrap. And because you guys, thank you, everybody who bought from my $2 glassware sale. I actually ran out of bubble wrap, the big bubble wrap, and had to go buy bubble wrap. So thank you for that, for making that sale successful. But I was completely decked out at Walmart yesterday. And I mean, from Christmas socks to Christmas leggings to Christmas t-shirt, and nobody else was. But I have to say, the guy that checked me out at Walmart was so kind. So kind, because sometimes people are just burnt out working retail this time of year and they're in a crummy mood. And after he gave me my receipt, he's like, Merry Christmas. I'm like, Merry Christmas to you. I love that. That was so nice. He made my day and he probably doesn't even know it. Okay, first up is this gorgeous 6-inch bud vase. I love the pattern on this one. I think it's so pretty. No chips, no cracks. I couldn't identify a maker. And I'm trying to remember if this one glowed the ghostly green from having, is it manganese or magnesium? I don't remember. But I do believe that I was pretty sure this was, good morning, Kim. Good morning, Helen. I was pretty sure this one was older, was my point. So it's just a little one, but it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. $5. Everything is $5 today. If you were just coming in, $5, letter S. $5, letter S. To find a place to put those. Next up are these sweet little cups from a child's tea set. And this year, we learned that the reason they started making the children's tea sets out of glass was because they needed the materials they would normally make children's toys out of for the war effort. And so that is how we ended up with glass tea sets for children. So this is a fired on orange, and it does have a bit of the orange coming off. Well, you really can't see it, but it does have some wear. These are tiny, tiny little cups. This is another one I couldn't identify the company. They say JP on the bottom. So I do not know, but $5 for both. And that is going to be letter M. Letter M. And guys, I have a full. Oh, Helen. I see Helen first for the orange cups. I do have another children's set. Let's go ahead and skip ahead and I will show you those. This set was acro agate and is a creamer and a sugar. And it's interesting because you can see the difference on the cup handles. And of course, we know this one's acro agate because it's got the weird bird on the bottom. So I don't think, okay, this one didn't have any chips or cracks. And then the sugar had this little chip right here. So sugar and a creamer, acro agate, $5, letter C. $5, letter C on the acro agate. Set those back there. Oh, thanks, Roxanne. Yeah, it was really interesting to learn because it had come up before. We were like, why? Why on earth would they make children's toys in glass? And so Nikki or I don't remember which one of us did the research and found out that was why. That they would normally make these like out of tin. All of your children's tea sets were made of tin at that time. And then they needed that for the war effort. Okay. So we said letter C on that one. Go. Things are falling. Okay. Next up. To me, this looks like recycled glass. I just loved the shape. Couldn't identify a company and, probably not super old with it being most likely recycled glass. I just thought it was cool. And this time of year, I think it would look really pretty with some ornaments and some greenery. You could put a candle in here and some greenery around it. It's this size. Let's see. 7 3/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches. I love a good shape on something, Here's the depth of it. $5, letter K. $5, letter K. And then next up, you guys have seen this before. I have marked the price way down. It is this beautiful serving bowl with this really pretty rim. And oh, hello. You you can't be up here. I have too much stuff. Blueberry. Oh, you're knocking stuff down. No, don't say no. Say hi. No, you got to go. It's been clingy today. So this one is art pottery that was made in Zanesville, Ohio. And it's this size. I think it would be really good for your peas or mixed vegetables. Oh, now he's on the other side. So it also almost 7 3/4 on this one. So these are very similar in size. $5, letter N. $5, letter N. Blue Roxanne says hi. You guys would not believe what they have done to my Christmas tree. Oh my goodness. And I think it's mostly Harley because I caught her over there. It's like being sneaky as she was tearing apart things on the opposite side of the Christmas tree where I couldn't see. I just saw movement and I'm like, what is happening? Of course, Blue's asleep on my lap, so I can't get up and chase her off. She's just tearing things off the tree. I didn't put anything breakable on the tree. And the ribbon that I put was a big, thick ribbon, so I didn't think that they would mess with it. Oh, no. They've completely torn the ribbon off of the tree. Cats. Next up, this gorgeous candy dish that no longer has its lid. And the lid, when I looked this up, because look at the butterflies, you guys. So you've got these hand-etched butterflies. Well, their wings are etched. The lid had a butterfly on top of it. So I can see why it probably broke. But I think it's so pretty. And I had crystals in it. In between times it was not going up for sale. Let me see if it has any chips anywhere. I'm not feeling any. It's got scroll feet. It's this big, but it's $5. It is crystal, so it is heavy. W on the crystal. I took a chance on crystal this year because I found a lot of it. And I love crystal. I love the way that lights shine through crystal. It's just so pretty. Hey, quit. Oh, there he goes with the ribbon. Oh, Roxanne would like the crystal butterfly dish with no lid. Write that down. So I do plan to get a couple of more sales up this week. Probably going to do a $5 sale where any items that don't sale today will go at the end of the sale. So the beginning of the sale will be $5 items that weren't in today's sale. I'm also hoping to get a $10 sale up. I really, really, really would like to move as much of this inventory this month as possible and not have to figure it out on my taxes. It's so complicated. I don't know why it has to be so complicated. Okay, next up is a Lisner. Ooh, what did I do? A Lisner necklace. This is a really good costume jewelry, vintage costume jewelry brand. Originally, this had a pair of clip earrings that went with it, but they were in terrible shape. They'd gone through several repairs and just could not be put together again. But $5 for Lisner costume necklace. And let me see if I can find where, because it does say Lisner on it somewhere. Right here. So not that you guys can see that, but it does say Lisner right there. And it is, I believe, a choker type. Let me put it on its longest. Yeah, it's a choker. Oh, it's pretty. choker type necklace. Oh, that is really pretty. I'd never tried this one on before. So $5, letter J. $5, letter J. Next up, the blue made in China rooster, but vintage made in China. You can see the China imprinted on the bottom there. This little guy's adorable. And, you know, my mom has that chicken collection, but she does not like blue. Blue is her like least favorite color. 4 inches tall. He is 4 inches tall. Thanks, Roxanne. So little blue chicken figurine. He is $5. Letter F. $5. Letter F. He's like, I'm adorable. Oh, goodness. Okay. Next up, FTD Crystal Heart Bowl. And I'm thinking this had the date. Let me see. 1986. 1986. I would have been 13. And I was awkward and weird. That didn't change, guys. Still awkward and weird. So let's see. We are looking at, gotta get a flat surface. 4.5 inches tall, 5.5 inches wide. Just a pretty little bowl. I think this would look perfect for Valentine's Day. Put the pink and white and red M&Ms in here, or the Hershey Kisses. Love that. Or an assemblage. If you do a Valentine's Day kind of assemblage kind of thing, that would be really pretty too. It would also work as a riser for something small. $5, letter L. $5, letter L on the FTD Crystal Heart Bowl. Next up, Bonbon Dish. This, I believe, is that Whitehall pattern. So Indiana glass, I think, is what we decided last time. Just a little bonbon dish. It's this big. Got cute little feetsies. This is another one perfect for Christmas candy. Perfect all year round. Switch out your candy to match the season. Is anybody else seasonal eaters? I love Hershey's Candy Cane Kisses, but only at this time of year. If you handed me a Hershey's Candy Cane Christmas in July, I'd be like, gross. I'm not eating peppermint in July, you weirdo. I am a seasonal eater. And that's like, I had one piece of pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and now I'm good until next year. Don't want pumpkin pie after Thanksgiving. So $5 on the bonbon dish. No chips, no cracks. Letter V. Letter V. Hi, Barbie. Barbie's laughing at me. I can't help it. I'm a seasonal eater. Like, I love lemonade, but only in the summer. Only in the summer. Okay, next up is a marigold compote. Marigold compote. No chips, no cracks. I do think there is a bit of wear. Oh, we've got Maggie for the rooster. Letter F. Thanks, Maggie. And Maggie, do I have your info? Don't forget, if you're new to me, to send your YouTube name, your real name, and your shipping address and PayPal email. Also, if you've moved recently, make sure that you are sending out your info to all of the sellers that you buy from. And don't forget this time of year to let your glass sit in its box for 24 to 48 hours before you open it so that it can acclimate to the change in temperature. I think that was all the reminders I needed. So Pretty Compote, it is 5.5 inches tall and 5 inches across. $5, letter P. $5, letter P. Thanks, Maggie. I never delete info, although every now and then info gets dropped from my saved in pirate ship. I don't know how often they drop info, but sometimes it gets dropped from there, and sometimes I never delete an email, never. And sometimes I'm like, where's this info? I can't find it. Just happens. And next up, the Jeanette Clover Dish. Got real pretty design in here. And these were pieces, I don't know if you remember, my daughter picked these up when I was cat sitting her cats and she was on vacation for her birthday. She was buying things for me for resale. Isn't that sweet? So classic Jeanette Clover Dish. $5, letter R. $5, letter R. And I believe the 15th is the last day things can be sent out regular mail for you to get them in time. So also keep that in mind. Next up, it's that Sheffield carving knife set from England. Now, some of these were made with real bone back in the day, but these are not. These are that like composite material. But it's a beautiful set. It's got the sharpener, it's got the knife, it's got the fork. So the Sheffield carving knife set. And the box itself is in really good shape for its age. And it's not very heavy, since that's a composite material on those. That is $5, letter H. $5, letter H. And we'll pause a second so that I can show you this week's prompt. Finger paint a page. Finger paint a page is our prompt this week. This is my coffee cup of the day. And I love it. I thrifted it. It's not vintage, but it's retro. Okay, guys, next up is a vase. This is Anna Hut, I think is how you say it. It's made in Germany because it's still got its original sticker. So got some satin bits here. It's crystal, so it's got a nice weight. It's not very tall. It's like bud vase height, but it's got a wider mouth so you could fit more flowers into it. Yeah, tallest point is like 6¼ inches, but oh, what was that? Something just popped. 4 inches across. I don't know what that was. So $5, letter X. $5, letter X. Crystal vase from Germany. How odd. Today's just been odd, you guys. Just odd. If you are not following me on Instagram, I am doing a coffee advent calendar on there. I got it from Aldi this year. It's my first time doing the Aldi. And the first few cups, I was like, they don't have a lot of flavor. So then I opened the amaretto one, which is not a flavor I enjoy. Oh my goodness, it had so much almond cherry flavor that it was hard to get through that cup of coffee. So then this morning I opened hazelnut. I'm not a huge fan of hazelnut. So I gave that one to my mom. She hasn't tried it yet, so I don't know. I don't know how much flavor it has. But like my dad tried the salted caramel. He didn't think it had a lot of flavor. But the peppermint that I opened on day one had good flavor. So I don't know. Okay. Next up, I have 3 crystal bowls. I'm writing their letters down before I show them. $5 each. Everything today, just $5. So the first one still has its sticker. And it was made in Poland. Made in Poland. I just love crystal. I love crystal far more than clear glass because it catches the light and will refract it around a room so beautifully. This bowl is, let's see, 7 1/4 inches across. So beautiful serving bowl. These are also gorgeous if you want to display ornaments that you don't want to hang on a tree. Like they're too fragile or too special, put them in crystal. Of course you can hear. Oh, that's the other reason I love crystal. So pretty. $5, letter D, for a made in Poland crystal bowl. $5, letter D. And then, the next up is a Waterford. This one's Waterford. This one is heavier than the one that's made in Germany. 8 inches exactly across, and its sides are much thicker. Oh, look at it. Oh, you guys. Oh, so beautiful. Yes. Yes. Put the fairy lights in. Yes, Roxanne. So this one, Waterford, and it's got its Waterford engraved right here. So Waterford crystal bowl. And I do believe when I got this one, the lady said this was part of her mom's wedding gifts. So Waterford crystal bowl, $5, letter T. Waterford crystal bowl. Next up, Royal Dalton crystal bowl. We can see the Royal Dalton right there, and then I think etched into it was a crown somewhere, maybe not. I don't remember now, but Royal Dalton crystal bowl. This one is just refracting so much light as I'm looking through it. It's like looking through a prism. So I don't know why this one has much more prism qualities than the other two, but it does. It's amazing. And this one is just under, it's 1/8 of an inch under 8 inches. Oh, it's so pretty. And this one, $5, letter G. $5, letter G. Okay. Next up, Imperial Glass toothpick, but it does have, came with the candle. You can have the candle if you want. If you don't want the candle, I can toss it. But there is, where it's got high spots, it's been whacked into stuff. So it has lived a full life. It's got the IG in the bottom. Its base color was blue. We've learned over the process of Glass with Class. Hi, Catherine. That the base color is what we call the color of carnival glass. So base color is blue. Just a little toothpick. They had toothpick holder, but they had a candle in it. I'll send the candle if you want it. It is just $5, letter Q. $5, letter Q. Next up, small green glass plate. I do not think this is, I don't think it's vintage. I just thought it was pretty, so I picked it up. If you had a small plant, it would fit right here and make a nice underplate for your plants, especially since it's got a leaf pattern around it. $5, letter A. You can see the size of the plate. $5, letter A on the green. Okay, vintage IKEA amethyst vase. Vintage IKEA. It's got my fingerprints all over it. Sorry about that. So super pretty. And it's got this curve here. Vintage IKEA. $5. Letter O. And it's this size. I can tell you how tall it is. At its tallest point, it looks like we're looking at, it's between 9.5 and 9 3/4 at its tallest point. So it's $5, letter O. Next up, this pitcher made in France. It says France on it somewhere. I don't remember where. Thought it did. Oh, on the handle, right here. So it says France right there. Made in France pitcher. This would be good for your Christmas morning mimosas. 10 inches tall. I liked that it had a square base. If it has a square base, I'm going to buy it, you guys. I don't know why. Square base. This size pitcher. It's probably, what, a half gallon? $5, letter B. $5, letter B. Oh, goodness. Next up. Hi, Monica. Is this a very pretty cased white and peach vase. Cased glass. And this one is 7 inches tall. Everything this morning is $5. The dogs are barking. $5, letter I. $5, letter I. And this morning, I went upstairs. My niece's dog, we are babysitting, dog sitting this week. And she jumped at me and she got me right here. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? She was so excited to see me up this morning. Okay, next up is the Treasure Craft boot. I think it would make a good little pen jar on your desk. But it's California. Treasure Craft boot. Yeah, it's got cat hair on it. Of course it does. Oh my goodness. It was like the cat was rubbing up against it. It does have the little Little chip right there. Just a little chippy. It's this big. Treasure Craft cowboy boot. $5. Letter E. $5. Letter E. All right, next up, milk glass dogwood basket. It does have what looks like stress fractures. And it had to have been done when it was being made, when they, pulled these in. Because it's not a crack that goes all the way through. And there's no, I'm checking to make sure there's no chips. So just a little, it's adorably sweet. It's got the dogwoods all the way around. Just a little basket. It's $5. Milk glass. Letter U. $5. Letter U. Next up is this little imperial glass toothpick, tiny bud vase. It's not even big enough for a candle. Yeah, not even big enough for a candle. But it has handmade Imperial USA on the bottom. And here again with the square bottom. Oh, guys, I'm a sucker for the square bottom. So weird. I think this is adorable. $5. Number 34. $5. Number 34. Next is this amethyst banjo ashtray. And it has a little, I can't even show it to you. Like a defect in the glass right here, and then a rough, it's not even really a chip. Kind of a rough spot right here. Oh yeah, bottle brush too would look good in that, Roxanne. But it's just this big. So, amethyst glass banjo ashtray, $5. Hi, Rebecca. Number 28. $5. Number 28. Next up is this little Holland mold pixie. It was a hobbyist piece. And somebody gave her creepy blue eyes. I love the little pixie hat. I love the little dress she's wearing. Some of these I saw painted where they painted tights on them instead of just bare legs. But this person went with just flesh-colored legs. Little pointed toe booties here. So Holland mold pixie, $5. Number 5. $5. Number 5 on the pixie. All right, we are nearing the end, guys. Just a few more items. Next up, little made in Japan bird. No chips, no cracks. She's a tiny one, just a tiny one. And made in occupied Japan. Right there on the bottom, made in occupied Japan. Little bird. Hi, Chris. number 39. Everything's $5 this morning. 39 on the Made in Occupied Japan bird. Fire King Blue, more cat hair. Ugh. Fire King Blue Philby loaf pan. And I don't know if you can tell, but it is blue. It is that barest hint of blue. This is the Philby pattern. There you can see the blue. It's Fire King loaf pan. It's the size of a loaf pan. $5. Number 21. $5. Number 21. Okay, let's see what's next. Is it Goatinger or Gottinger? I can never remember, but this is that. Right there. Tarnish resistant Japan Goatinger or Gottinger mud vase. I have this in the swan version in my swan collection, but this was just the fluted like trumpet vase. This one stands 7.5 inches tall. 7.5 inches tall. And it is $5. Number 6. Good morning. Everyone's showing up this morning. It's so fun to see everybody. Number 6, $5. Number 6. Everything is $5 today. Trying to clear out inventory. Next up, 1950 U.S. Army Hospital, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And this was their Christmas program. And this is in phenomenal shape for being printed in 1950. It's got the names of everybody that was located there. It's got the mess department personnel, the cooks, the Christmas menu. Look at this. It's so good, you guys. The medical detachment. So sergeants, master sergeants, corporals, privates, recruits. There was one recruit, Joseph Bean, and then attached personnel. Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I just think it's just such a cool piece of history. And it's in really, really good shape. So $5, number 40. $5, number 40. Let's see. Okay, the Cherrydale tin. So it's right there. Cherrydale Farms mince. It does open. Not easily, but it does open. Oh, and Chris is going to take the Army Christmas program. Awesome. I love that. Now I have to figure out the best way to send it so it doesn't get bent because it's in such good condition. So no rust. I loved the colors on this, the pink and the green on the copper color. $5, number 25. $5, number 25. All right. Oh, goodness. The Rand's Bottom, 1 pint, jar with lid. And it's got these hand-painted, to me they look like lilacs. Although lilacs don't have stems. So we've gone back and forth about what flowers these are. It's this size. It was made in Ohio. And it's a nice heavy, I mean, it looks like the big Crocs, but it's just a 1 pint, so it's little, but it's got some weight. $5. Number 10. $5. Number 10. Oh, goodness. Next up, little blue toothpick. This one was made in Taiwan. So not vintage, super old vintage. Most likely made in the 80s to mimic older pieces. But it's blue and we love blue. And if you decorate for January with blue and white, this would look really pretty. So $5, number 15. $5, number 15 on the little blue toothpick. Okay. Oh, I gotta reach for stuff. Little Redware creamer and sugar, and this did have a teapot that went with this set. I sold one of the teapots earlier in the year. Go figure. Found this in a totally separate place. I love the little feetsies. It's a little set. So personal creamer and sugar, hand painted. No chips, no cracks. The gold is a bit worn. So somebody used it and loved it. And still has its lid. Got its little made in Japan sticker here. And this one is $5, number 33. You get both pieces. $5, number 33. We'll set that down carefully. Okay, next up, I have marked this way down. It is that smoky decanter. Oh, I wish I had the stopper for it. It would have had a glass stopper. It's got the wear here that the glass does when the glass rubs on the glass. But it is this gorgeous smoky color. Here's the bottom. I could not identify the maker of this one, so I don't know. But it's beautiful. It is 10 inches tall. $5, number 19. $5, number 19. Smoky decanter. Oh, goodness. Okay, 2 more items. If you needed the prompt for this week for your altered book project, finger paint a page. Don't forget, if you have ideas for prompts for next year's altered book project, by all means, email them to me. I will be making up all 52 prompts and putting them into a bowl for next year, which is just a few weeks away, you guys. We are almost done with this year. All right, next up is this double-sided game board. I think it would look fantastic hanging on someone's wall. Because look at this guy. Now, it does have a bit of wear right here. And a bit right up here. It's this big. And I do have the marbles to go with it, but they're not all there. It's not a complete set. And almost 18 inches on this. I don't have the checkers though. Just have some of the marbles. I think there were 2 of the colors were missing. 1 or 2, if I remember right. I don't know. I've got the marbles sitting around here somewhere. That is $5, number 9. $5, number 9. And I've seen people on TikTok doing the game board walls, which are really, really cool. I was going to do something like that in my garage at my previous place, and then never got a chance to. Okay, last up, this is the bottom to a hookah, but I thought it would make a very cool mid-century looking kind of vase with ostrich feathers or peacock feathers or something poking out of it. It is large. It is quite large. It is not vintage. I just thought it gave off those vibes, so it was kind of cool. So some of the gold is missing. Yeah, Heather, wouldn't that be cool? Whole game wall. The one girl I saw on TikTok that was doing it was actually gluing some of the game pieces onto the game boards. She took it above and beyond. $5, number 17. $5, number 17. And that is all of my items today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope that everyone is enjoying December. I love this time of year. Wear my Christmas clothes every day and my Christmas jewelry and my Christmas socks. I have lots and lots of Christmas socks. And Christmas leggings. I have lots of Christmas leggings too. I love it. I even change out the pillows on my couch. I have Christmas pillowcases that go over the pillows on my couch. So yeah, I am a Christmas weirdo. Christmas weirdo. All right. Hope you guys all have a great week. I hope it's productive if you've got a lot of stuff you need to get done. And be looking out for my static sales. I'm going to try and get 2 up this week. One will be all $5 items. These will be at the end, so there'll be new things at the beginning that you didn't see today. And then the other one I'm going to try and get up is a $10 item one. So that's it. Bye, guys. I will talk to you later.